Welcome to Good Day Canton. I'm your host, Supervisor Anne Marie Graham-Hudak, and today we have a very informative show. This episode will be all about Canton's new water rates. With me right now is Finance Director Wendy Trumbull and Canton Treasurer Diane Slavens. Welcome and thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. So let's start with you, Diane.
Okay.
When someone pays their water bills, what exactly are they paying for?
That's a good question. They're paying for the water usage, sewer usage, and they're also paying some fixed fees. One would be the water fixed, the sewer fixed, and if you have a sump pump, there's a little different charge. So there's two different charges for sewer, either sewer with sump or sewer without sump. So those are what are on your water bill.
Okay, and is this explained on the website also?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have on the water billing website, there are Q&As that you can find
Okay,
answers.
great. Or they can call your office also.
Absolutely, yeah, anytime.
Okay, now why are there different rates?
Well, we have just switched over to Yucca for sewer, which is closer, that's in Ypsilanti. So the water comes from Detroit, Great Lakes Water Authority, and what they charge to get to us is higher than what the sewer rates are. So your sewer rates are lower than your water rates.
How often do the rates change?
So every year, the beginning of the year, Municipal Service Director and our Finance Director get together and look over past usage. And they have formulas they work over, and then at that time, they do a study session, usually in March, with the board, and then also another session with the community. And then they advise what they feel the rate should be for the coming year. Then we vote on it in April, and then May 1st, the rates change. So when you get your bill in May, the new rates are on your new bill.
Okay, great. Thank
So
you.
that's once a year.
So does having a sump pump make a difference?
You know, it does. And most of the newer homes have sump pumps. Sump pump pushes the water out into the drainage system. If you don't have a sump pump, it goes into the sewer. So that's why the fixed rate with sewer fixed is higher without a sump pump, because that water goes into the sewer.
Okay, and then how does somebody know, like, if their sump pump is broken? Can they see that in their water bill at all, or?
No, the only time they notice it on their water bill is if they have a really high bill. Some people have water backup sump pumps, and so if their sump pump stops working, it's connected to the water, so the water will make it work. And oftentimes, if they don't hear it in the basement, that water running to make sure their sump pump is working, they end up with a higher water bill.
What's the most misunderstood thing about the water bill?
I would say a lot of times people call and say, my water bill's higher than it's ever been. And oftentimes it's a toilet leak, it can be a leak from your water heater. And another thing is if you have a humidifier on your furnace, it takes a lot of water. And so oftentimes we'll have residents kind of go through the house, make sure they don't have any leaks in their toilet or their water heater, or we recommend even with the humidifier, noticing whether that's it. But often it's just, why is my water bill so high?
Okay. Do we offer the service to go out and help them if they cannot figure it out, or?
My staff is really good at giving hints. We're not plumbers, and municipal service doesn't have time to go out. They're not plumbers to do that. So often we give them cues on what to look for, but we don't go out or even give the names of plumbers. We just give them helpful hints of where to look for their leaks.
Okay, all right. Now, Wendy, what is the process that you work with Jade Municipal Services to figure out the water rates?
So we get together, we really start in January each year, and that's the time frame that Great Lakes Water Authority, where we purchase our water from, that's the time frame that they give us what our new rates are going to be for the upcoming year. So we incorporate those new rates into our cash needs for the upcoming year. So we get together, we discuss what the cash needs are. Our largest cash needs, again, are the bills we have to pay to Great Lakes for the water we purchase, and to Ypsilanti Yucca for the sewage treatment costs that we have. Then we also look at other costs within the water and sewer system. Significant costs include the salaries and fringe benefits of the employees who work specifically for the water department. operational maintenance type items for the water and sewer treatment, as well as new infrastructure costs if we need to expand our infrastructure or just replace infrastructure as well. So we come up with what the actual cash needs are going to be for the system for the upcoming year. And then it's a mathematical equation based on how much water we expect to sell to our residents are. So in an average year, we sell about 2.5 billion gallons of water, and it's just a mathematical equation to back into what the water rates will actually be from there.
So what do we say to residents? I've had some call me and say, why is Livonia's cost this and Plymouth's cost this? I mean, how do we explain something like that?
So based on our location from the water, treatment plants, when it comes back to us, is a factor in determining the costs. So the further you are away from the treatment and where the water is coming from, the more expensive the costs. And believe it or not, Canton's actually on an uphill from where the water comes. That's more expensive to pump the water into Canton from there. Also, other things such as putting in our water tower or our water storage facility actually helped reduce our water rates a few years ago when we implemented that, because we were able to purchase water from Great Lakes Water Authority at times that is cheaper. So it's cheaper for us to purchase water from Great Lakes Water in the middle of the night than it is when people are starting to get up and water their lawns and shower. When there's a heavy demand on the Great Lakes water system, it's more costly to us to purchase the water. So when we built the water storage facility, we can purchase that water, fill up our storage, and then take it from our storage for our residents at that point in time, and then refill again the storage when we need it in the middle of the night when it's cheaper to purchase. So things like that impact what our rates are, and the water storage facility actually significantly helped keep our rates low from Great Lakes Water Authority.
What is our current rate compared to last year's?
The water rate this year for the fixed fees is pretty much the same. It's, I think, 1 penny less per month for the fixed fee. The variable cost for the water went up 13 cents from last year. It's $6.36 per 1,000 gallons. However, our sewage rate significantly decreased. That went from, it decreased about $1.39 per 1,000 gallons and is now $3.89. So it's about overall 11% decrease in our water rates. And the primary reason for that is that we recently switched from sending our sewage to be treated with Wayne County to Ypsilanti. Wayne County's system, as you can imagine, it's an old system and needed a significant amount of improvements that were going to be costly. Took us a couple of years to work with the county to stop sending our flow to them completely. It is now with Ypsilanti 100%, and it's significantly more cost effective for our community to send it there. And we're very fortunate that we have that ability where there's a lot of communities surrounding that don't have that ability to send it somewhere which would be cheaper.
Okay. And is that why water rates have been coming down over the last few years?
Technically, the water rates went down a few years ago because we built a storage facility, and now the sewage rates are the ones that are decreasing because of that. Our water rates increased slightly this year by about 13 cents, which was about a 2% increase, which is also happened to be the same cost that Great Lakes Water Authority passed along to us. It was about a 2% increase.
Okay, and do you see that continuing?
I would envision the water rates to continue to be, part of, you think about the costs that get passed along to us as the treatment. It includes salaries, it includes fringe benefits from, Great Lakes Water Authority, just similar to any other business, they need to recoup their costs. So I would envision that those costs to continue to slightly increase each year. But the sewage costs, I would anticipate, we had a significant decrease this year. I would anticipate our water rates in the future and sewage rates increasing very minimally, 2 to 3% each year.
Okay, thank you. So Diane, what would you recommend so people can keep their water rates low, especially as the hot summer months are coming?
Right. Well, one thing we often tell residents, especially ones who have irrigation systems, to check their water meter, which is located in the basement, before they run their irrigation system and then after. And that shows them how much water usage they're doing just to sprinkle their lawn once. And that'll give them an idea as to how much, how much money they're going to be spending or how much their bill's going to be for that year. So often people with new irrigation systems have this company set it up, and they sprinkle their water system 3 times a day, which you don't need to sprinkle that often. And so just cutting back on your irrigation system is helpful. Little things like instead of running the tap water for cold water, you can fill your bottle of water and keep it in the refrigerator. That way you're not running quite a few gallons of water prior to just to get a cold glass of water. When you brush your teeth, you can turn the tap off while you're brushing and then turn it on just as you need extra water. So there's little helpful hints to help people every day just bring their water rates down. Often somebody will get a high bill and they won't know why. Well, they've filled their pool up. And we have talked to people who have paid companies to come and fill their pool up, and they've said that actually it's cheaper for them just to fill it up with the tap as opposed to having a truck come out and fill the water. So we found that quite interesting.
Now, is there a better time to water? I mean, temperatures are going up, so should people water earlier in the day or later in the day?
Yeah, they do say not during the mid part of the day because it evaporates quite a bit. So early in the morning or later in the evening. And like Wendy was saying, if we can use our washers, our dishwashers and that during night after 11 o'clock, I know it's hard, most people aren't up, or midnight, and running water then, it saves the township money, which in turn saves residents money because you know, we're able to draw that water during those low feed times.
Okay, thank you. Now, what about, what are some of the ways residents can pay their water bills?
Well, we have numerous ways. You can come to the counter now that, you know, we're open again. You can mail it in, of course. We have a drop box located right outside of Township Hall, and it goes right into our vault, so it's a secure drop box, so people can put it there. You also can pay online, and that's right on our website. You can go to our website, go to the link, and then it takes you to the Chase Bank. So that's also a very secure site.
Okay, thank
And then
you.
we just started IVR. People can call a specific number, and we have that on our website, and then give their credit card number, and it can be paid that way as well.
All right.
Oh, yes, and then one other way, I just forgot. You can do an auto draft.
Oh.
You fill out a form and give it to our department with a voided check. And then what we do is we withdraw what's due on the due date from either checking or saving account, whichever you decide.
Boy, that's a lot of options. That's great. So people, if they're on vacation, they could do it a different way.
Yes.
Now, what about people, some people have asked about having their sprinkler systems taken off the meters. What do you say about that?
Yeah, well, a few years back, we did have Municipal Service and the Finance do a study for us to see the cost to do the dual meters. And then they presented it to the board. And at that time, the board didn't feel it was cost savings enough, so we didn't do it. That being said, it doesn't mean things won't change. We will also be doing within the next few years, have a consultant come out and give us true values of the fixed fees. And at that time, we can revisit the 2 meters.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you. So what about Canton's water quality? Where can residents find out about our water quality?
Yeah, and that's tested once a year. It is on every water bill that you have. It's also on our website. It's at the bottom of the water bill. It's on our website, and then if you want a hard copy, you can always come into the office and we can give you a hard copy.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much. I mean, this summer's going to be a hot one, and we're going to hopefully people remember how to keep their water down, and we can keep their rates down then. Well, thank you very much to Wendy Trumbull and Diane Slavens for joining us on Good Day Canton to talk about water rates. Have a great day.